Hi guys, so today I wanted to do a little video about my tattoos. So we're going to talk about my tattoo story, the prices as far as I remember them, the pain, if I have any regrets or things I want to do over and stuff like that. So the first one is this here on my shoulder, and I'll insert better footage of everything. But it's this little dove, and I got this when I was 18 and a half in October of 2012. So I've had it for quite some time, and it is starting to get a little bit more gray because it is starting to get a little bit older. But that was my first tattoo. I paid 1,200 Norwegian kroner for it, and it is a memorial tattoo for my grandmother who passed away 5 years prior. She was only 60 years old, and this was my little memorial to her. But I really love mine. It's really plain and simple with only like the black lines, and I offered like 5 or 6 inspirational pictures to the tattoo artist, and then he drew up something by himself, which I really appreciate because that means it's one of a kind unless someone has copied it by now. As for the pain, it really wasn't bad at all. I thought it would be a lot worse. This is by far the least painful tattoo I have, even now when I have had 4 more done since then. It was just like a little itchy. Like, there was no pain. It was really, really not that bad. And I love it. If I had taken it today, I might have put it somewhere else on my body just because it's on my shoulder, and if I ever want a back piece, it's gonna have to avoid that because I don't want to cover it up, you know? So that's the only like little thing that I kind of regret with this one, is that it is on my shoulder. I do love that it's there because it's easy to hide, and that was kind of a little bit of the point when I got it, is that I didn't really want anything that was super visible. But yeah, I love it. And the second one that I got 2 years later in August of 2014 when I lived in Florida. I got a tattoo on my foot, and again I will insert better pictures, but this is what it looks like. It is 6 cherry blossoms. And with this tattoo artist, I had a little bit of a miscommunication, I think. Also, I forgot to mention that this was done on needle ink in Gran, which is the hometown that I grew up in. And the flowers were done at, I don't remember the name, but it's right by Walmart Turkey Lake in Orlando, or Lake Buena Vista. And I had a little miscommunication with the tattoo artist. So he asked me if I wanted something that was more realistic or more cartoony. And I replied that I wanted something that was more realistic. And he drew up the image, and the stencil looked really nice. I mean, I still think that it looks nice. It's just that a few things that I would like to have done differently. Like, there are no black outlines in the tattoo, which means that, well, it is like 4 years old this year, and it has held up pretty well by all means. But I just wish that there was some form of black outline to make it like keep together a little bit more. Excuse my hand, I redid my hair a little bit yesterday, touched up the color a little bit, so my hand is blue. But yeah, I just wish that he had like informed me of the color choices, because it was like I very specifically asked for orange flowers because I really don't like pink. So he said that that was fine, he could do orange flowers, and then he was wondering how I felt about blue background, and I was like, sure, that's fine. So straight away after the tattoo had healed, I saw that there were like really straight lines in the tattoo. And you're not going to be able to see that when I just hold my foot up, but you can see it in the footage that I'm going to put over this. That the flower is like round, and then there's a round middle, and then the leaves around it, and then there are just some like super straight lines. And then also, I don't think the color is colorful enough. It looks a lot like my skin tone, which is not what I wanted. So at some point I am going to go back to a tattoo artist and get that one reworked a little bit, add a little bit more color, maybe add some black outlining, and just even it out a little bit so it looks a little bit better. And I paid $250 for the tattoo. It took about 2.5 hours. Pain was not really fun. I mean, it is the foot, and it is said to be one of the more painful places to get a tattoo. I was working for Disney at the time, and Disney is really, really strict when it comes to tattoos, so I had to get one that wouldn't show. And that's what I did. I had 4 days off after taking the tattoo, and I'm so glad I did because my foot swelled up like crazy. Like, it was twice the size. And then on the 4th day that I had off, we went to a concert, and I had to wear my sneakers because they were the only shoes that would fit. And yeah, so the tattoo itself, it was painful. It wasn't like super terrible, and I would definitely do it again. I kind of want to get my other foot done because I feel like it's a little bit uneven when you see my feet, and one of them is like super tattooed and one of them just has nothing. So I kind of want to get something on the other one, and I don't have a problem doing that at all. But the healing process, my foot just swelled up like so bad, and it was painful to have water on it when I had to wash the tattoo. I think that might be maybe something with the color. I know people tend to react a little bit to like reddish colors. As far as I don't know, I don't know if that was the thing, but my foot did swell up really, really bad, and it did take like 4 or 5 days to settle down again. And then after that, I got my Simba tattoo. I'm not gonna be able to lift that up, so you'll just see it on the screen. But I got my Simba tattoo in April of last year, but it's just like a little black outline with a little bit of shading in it, and that is from a flash chart that I got at Tiger Tattoo in Sandvika. And the tattoo artist was Tom. I don't remember the artist for my 2 first tattoos, and at least this one, I don't know if he doesn't work there anymore anyway. But Tom did the Simba, and it was pretty quick. It took like half an hour, I think, so it was really fast. And that was actually quite painful. And what I have noticed with myself is that the pain depends on when my period is due. So I have gotten tattooed right before, during, and right after my period, and there's a big difference in the pain scale. So I definitely prefer to get my tattoos the week or 2 weeks after my period is done, and not right before or during, because that does hurt a lot more for me specifically. It might not be different for everyone, but that's just what I come to learn now that I've gotten tattooed several times over the past 12 months. Simba has held up wonderfully, and I'm really happy with him, and he's just super cute. And I paid 800 Norwegian, but that was, again, as a flash chart, so it was a little bit cheaper. It was for some like Easter event last year, and I love him. This is really cute, but it was really painful. I actually remember that one being more painful than my foot, but I think that must have been some period thing, because I don't think that makes sense. And it was also a lot quicker, but I just remember the pain being like terrible. And then after that one, I started on this tattoo, and this is my lynx. This is also done at Tiger Tattoo by the apprentice, whose name is Tuva. And it is a lynx that she did the art for, and she posted it on Instagram, and it was actually a lot bigger of a piece, but I wanted it to fit my arm, so well, I didn't, but she reworked it to make it actually fit right here, and I think it looks really, really nice. I paid 4,000 for it, and I have had, I think, 4 or 5 sessions getting this done, so the pain has varied a lot depending on where I have been in my period and everything like that. The first time, it really wasn't bad at all. Second time, it hurt a lot more, and then it's been kind of like in the middle the 2 other times. And one of the things that I'm kind of disappointed in with this is that it has faded a lot already. The first session that I had in this, I think I had back in October, and then I had the last session now in February, I think. So it's it was a half a year in progress, and it is now done. But the colors are, for the most part, pretty nice and even. There are some outlines for the coloring that's not quite where they were supposed to be, I think, so that you can see a little bit of the outline, because the first time I was there, we did the outline for all the colors and for the black parts, and then later she was filling it in. I think it kind of like missed a little bit, but I've been back there so many times, and I just kind of, I don't care anymore. When it comes time to like freshen up the color and everything like that, I will get it all fixed and the black worked up again. So this is the last tattoo that I got. Did I say that I paid 4,000 for this? I think I did. And then I got this one, and this was also from a something that I found on the artist's tattoo well, Instagram page. I will leave all the links to the tattooers that I know here so you can see them or check them up if you want. This is done by Caroline, who works for Black in Oslo, which I believe is a fully vegan tattoo shop, which is amazing. So this was done with vegan ink, and then the Simba was also done with vegan ink because I specifically required it. And as far as I've understood, a lot of the ink that is used in Norway now today is actually vegan because the biggest brands usually are. Before, as far as I've understood, glycerin has been the problem when it comes to being vegan or not, but now that most of them use vegetable-based glycerin, most brands are actually vegan, which is awesome. So this is a little bundle of Lily of the Valley, which is by far my favorite flower. And I've been wanting a Lily of the Valley forever, and I had this picture forever, and I'll insert it right here so you can see it. It's this gorgeous little bouquet of Lily of the Valley in color, and it's just beautiful. And I wanted that one for so long, but then I just never did, and it was colored, and I was a little bit unsure if I wanted color, even after I took the one on my foot, because that's so easy to cover. You know, you just wear socks and it's gone. So I was a little bit unsure, but that was something that I originally wanted, like in this spot or here. And I can definitely still get it right here if I want. That is obviously a tattoo that someone else has, so I wouldn't get like that exact one, but something like it. I just think it's so pretty. This one is line work and dot work, and this is going to stay in black and white. At least that's what I want for now. Because the Lily of the Valley has white flowers, I really don't want it to be like white flowers and then just green leaves. I think that will look a little bit weird. So I'm just going to leave it like this, and I do love it. I think it's really cool, and I don't ever really see it because it's on the back of my arm, so that when my arm is down, the people behind me can see it. And I think I paid $1,100 for this one, which is really not that bad. And it took about an hour and a half, and then I had to go back to get a few lines filled in again, which I didn't pay anything for, but it had to be filled in a little bit, like down here, and a couple of lines that fell out. And Caroline is also an apprentice. I don't know if I mentioned that, but she is awesome, and I love her work. They have 2 apprentices at Black, Elisa and Caroline, and I want to get more work from them because they just do amazing things. Okay, those were all the tattoos that I have. I feel like this will be my like colored arm, and this will be my like black and white arm. Yeah. I will probably do one more of these when I have more tattoos in the future. And then I also have vlogs for both this one and this one. So if you're interested in seeing a little bit of behind the scenes, you can definitely check those out as well. Other than that, I do hope you enjoy this video. I know it was a little bit long, so I'm sorry about that, but I hope you don't mind too much. I know a lot of you actually do like longer videos. So those were all my tattoos as they are right now, and I have had quite a few hours in the tattoo chair by now, and I still want more, but I think we're gonna have to be moving first because I have to, like, with a mortgage and everything, resettle my finances to know how much I can actually spend each month. I've been rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to give it a big like if you liked it. Leave any comments down below. Of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. You can go follow me on Instagram and on Facebook at chrisbeeblack if you would like. Bye!